You know I got to be feeling it to hit a doubleheader after a loss. Miami lost to Rutgers. I've already put out my instant reaction video, but I was reading you guys' comments to that, and I wanted to address a couple things. Also, Brashard Smith went on Instagram Live, and I want to talk about that, okay? Let's break this down, okay? The biggest comment I got is, it's been two-part. I've been saying this. Rutgers is a good, tough team, and Miami had opt-outs, so what did you expect? What did you expect? How were you on this microphone complaining, being upset after this loss when you know Rutgers is a good team and you know that we had opt-outs? Well, let me talk about that. First of all, Rutgers is not a good team. Rutgers is not a good team. They have one good player and a couple above average players, but they are a tough-minded team that buys into their coach. And we saw that today. This team won 6 games. Today they won their 7th. If that is a good team, what do you think about this Miami Hurricane team? Because they're either a good team just like them, or they're an even better team. I'm not with it's okay to give credit to a team, but I'm not going to just come on here and say, well, you know, Miami lost. But we got to say Rutgers is a good team because they had the Big Ten rushing champ, so you should have knew that they're a good team. They're not a good team. They have a good running back who showed out today. And when he gets drafted, they're going to play this game. You best believe it. But as a team, they weren't. They had a lot of flaws. We did not take advantage of those flaws. So to say Rutgers is a good team, I'm not with that. They're not a good team. Real quick, I want to give a big shout out to the Kane Gang members. Those are the names you see on the screen, and I appreciate you guys for going above and beyond to help support your boy and support this channel. If you're not a member of the Kane Gang, then what are you waiting for? You will get video shout outs like this one, member-only videos, player cut-up videos, huddle breakdowns, a logo next to your name. Come on now. All that for only $1.99 a month. Just hit that join button right next to the subscribe button, or you can hit the link in the description to get signed up. To the Kane Gang members, I truly, truly appreciate you guys. And for those who don't want to do the extra content, no big deal, because you taking time out of your day to like, subscribe, it truly means the world to me, and you guys have changed my life. I appreciate you so much. Back to the video. Now, we had a lot of opt-outs. And I would be an idiot to say not having a Cam Kitchings, James Williams, Leonard Taylor, so on and so on, Matt Lee, Javion Cohen wouldn't have made a difference. Because, let's be honest, it probably would have made a difference. Would we have won the game? It's easy to say, yeah. But before you jump down my throat, how many times has the Miami Hurricanes played a team with those guys I just named that you were for sure we were going to win and we came up short? How many times? Because if it didn't happen before, I don't want you to say, if we would have had these players, we would have for sure won. Because if there's one thing about Miami these past decade, nothing is for sure. If it's one thing about this Miami Hurricane team under Mario Cristobal, nothing is for sure. So let's be honest here. Let's be honest, NMD family. Let's really be honest. Now let's look at the game. Opt-outs. Jacoby George is a leader of this team. He was a captain today. We are expecting big things from him next year. Today he had his worst game. Dropped a touchdown pass, or at least a big game, the first offensive play. Got a personal foul getting into it with the Rutgers player. Oh, Grant, it's an emotional game. This has been going on all year. The things we're going to talk about in this video have been going on all year. Jacoby George got a personal foul in the Georgia Tech game, the Louisville game, and there's been other games. In the last game of the year, when you think the stuff should be coached out or a player led out or the player himself should know not to do it, he does it in this game. Got a personal foul, got a late hit, and he got a holding call. Then he dropped the pop pass that looked crazy, even though it was just ended up being an incomplete pass that looked crazy. One of his worst games. Is Jacoby George a backup because we had opt-outs? No, he's not. He is somebody that we're going to be heavily counted on. He is somebody who going into this offseason we're going to look at as wide receiver number 1. Can't have it, right? Okay. We all can agree that there has been points. I think some people say Miami isn't aggressive on offense. I say there are certain points where it seems like we take our foot off the pedal. So, for instance, in the Florida State game, I felt like we took the lead. We had a chance to score. We got a little conservative. Okay, we ended up losing that game. Today, we score the touchdown, defense gets a stop, and we take our foot off the gas. And what happens? Listen, it was 4th and 2. The announcers were saying, you got to go for it, Rutgers. Graciano says, nah, I'm going to punt this ball because they don't got what it takes. I'm going to punt this ball because they don't got what it takes to put the foot on the throat and finish us off. What did he do? He punted the ball down. We let our foot off the gas, 3 and out. Next thing you know, a punt's blocked. The lack of aggression, the lack of attack mode style is something that's been happening all year. Is that because of opt-outs? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments. Now, I got the comment along with the opt-outs is we didn't have the depth. We didn't have the bodies to stop that running game. And as I said, we did not have a Leonard Taylor. But it wasn't like they came out and they ran for 2 yards, 3 yards. And then in the fourth quarter, they just start breaking off runs like they wore us down. They hit us. Then in the fourth quarter, they bust through. No. They came out the gates with looking at our fresh front 7 and ran down our throats. Looking at a Branson Dean, looking at a Ruben Bain, looking at a Kiko and said, y'all cannot stop me from running this ball. They had a quarterback who can throw past 10 yards and still said, you cannot run this ball. You cannot stop us from running this ball. So, guys, I'm not – the reason that I was so let down after the game was because a lot of the things that we saw with opt-outs, without opt-outs, with transfers, without transfers, is stuff that we've seen all year. Mario Cristobal's clock management coming into question. It comes into question in this game. So I don't think Rutgers is a great team. But the stuff that's happened all year showed up, and that is why I'm like, damn, it sucks. Brashard Smith goes on Instagram Live, and he posts the caption, Rutgers kicked ass. To me, I think that's lame. To me, I think, I understand you being upset with the coaches. Players get upset with the coaches. But think about, I'm just saying, if I'm Jacoby George, if I'm Kiko, if I'm Jalen Rivers. By the way, I want to say this too. A lot of people are giving heat to Lou Cristobal, rightfully so. We got to give that same heat to Jalen Rivers because Jalen Rivers whiffed on a couple blocks as well. Lou Cristobal, people said, look, he shouldn't have been playing. Okay. What's Jalen Rivers' excuse? He's not an opt-out. He's the leader of this team. He's held to a high standard. We got to give him the same heat that we're getting Lou Cristobal. But that's besides the point. How do those players look when they get on Instagram Live and they see that Brashard Smith? To me, I would be like, That's crazy. This is a player that we roll for. If you don't like Mario, if you don't like Dawson, okay. But what about your teammates who've been right where you've been at? Brashard Smith got people coming out the woodwork saying, oh, see, if he leaves, he leaves. If Brashard leaves, it's on the coaches. If Brashard leaves, we lost a good one. Look, man, what do y'all want Dawson to do? Because I hear this. We need to get the tight ends involved. Okay, I agree. I think we got to get the tight ends involved. I agree with that one. We got to get Brashard Smith the ball. Okay, well, shit, if we do that, then, well, we got to get Kobe Young the ball. That's why he left. Well, shit, well, what about Xavier? What type of offense can we have where Jacoby George has a great year, Xavier Restrepo has a great year, Brashard Smith has a great year, the tight ends have a great year, the Kobe Young have a great year? What offense is that? You only got so many steps. You only got one ball. How can that be the case for every damn player? Listen, Brashard Smith was on kickoff. He lined up in the slot. He lined up on the outside. He lined up at running back. He showed flashes, but in my eyes, he was not consistent. If you said maybe he was the for sure starter, he would have done more, maybe so. But when he was in the game, he pimp slapped the player in the Florida State game, got a penalty in the Louisville game. I mean, it's not like some people act like we got Devin Hester on the sideline. And that's not the case. But the bottom line is after your teammates just lost the game, they went out there and fought hard. The first thing you thought was to go on Instagram and say Rutgers kicked ass. That's just crazy to me when players have the power that they have today. If a coach isn't doing you right, then you can transfer. If a coach isn't doing you right, it's easy to pick up the phone. If you like that. If you disagree with anything I said, I'll be in the comments. I'm out. Peace.